morning, everyone. Welcome to Tea Time Conversations. I'm your host, Melody, and it is a fantastic day today. Beautiful outside. I hear birds from my window here, and I'm feeling good. I had a lot of rest, had a great weekend. How was yours? Post in the comments. Today's tea is Moringa with rose hip and pomegranate. And the carrier tea for all these wonderful life-giving herbs is, of course, a green tea. Moringa just has a reputation for healing a lot of things. Antiviral, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, huge antioxidant, helps with a host of medical conditions. It even enhances your mood. Also in here is rose hip, another anti-inflammatory, great for rheumatoid arthritis in particular, because y'all know. And pomegranate, huge antioxidant. I listed all of the benefits for the tea in the description of the live. And the color of the tea, which I think is always interesting, because I like that the glass is clear so I can see the colors. Like it's like a whole experience. So you can see the different shades of yellow, the different shades of green and red. And if it's clear, almost water-like, like when I did the ginger tea or the thyme tea, it's beautiful to look at. So I have a moringa tree and I've made the tea from scratch from the leaves. And yep, this is the color of it. A light herbaceous tea, not overpowering, with like just a hint of a flowery note from the pomegranate. Definitely tastes more green tea than moringa. And a little bit, a teeny bit of the rose hip. Not a lot, but you know, it's all in there. And I let mine steep for about 5 to 10 minutes. This morning I was doing a whole bunch of things, so I really didn't track the time, but let's say it's about 10 minutes. Yeah. So good. All right. So I would like to thank everyone who has subscribed to the YouTube channel From Gut to Your Belly. I truly appreciate your subscription. If you know anyone that can benefit from some gardening tips, some motivational, inspirational information, some self-care, some self-love information, wellness, ways to biohack food for better health, go ahead and share the channel with them. If you have subscribed, hit the notification button so that whenever I post a new video, you'll be first in line to see all the gems that I've researched and tested on myself that I want to share with you that I think can possibly help you. I'm also on Instagram at From Gut to Your Belly. And of course, the Facebook group, go ahead and share that as well. Anyone you know who can use all the tips, all the crafting things, anything healthy, diet, recipes, gardening, all of it, all on the Facebook group. So this is going to be our third month of Tea Time Conversation. The first month, which was May, we read Alicia Keys's book, More Myself. Deep, interesting information. I learned more about her, her thought process, and found some similarities in her ways of being when it comes to abundance and how she initially reacted. And once she was, when she aligned with certain information, how easy it now became for her to align with abundance and karma and all that stuff. So it's a good read. In June, we did conversations around thoughts, mindset for success. Being that I'm an entrepreneur, I read and I study and I practice, and I note the difference when I do certain things, and when I get positive results, I share it with you as well. So we learned about how what you think affects who you're being and affects your results in your life, in your family, in your business, and what mindset can make a positive difference for you. We also even talked about the foods that you eat and how that affects your mindset as well. So this month, we are reading from Joel Osteen's book, I Declare, and it's 31 promises to speak over your life. Typically, you'd start this book on the 1st of the month, but today is the 5th, and so we're going to play a little bit of a catch-up. I just go with the flow. Yesterday, Saturday, I was doing some work in my stores, and I'm like, this is a good book to share with everyone. So here we are. For those who don't know, Joel Osteen is a pastor of a huge church in Texas. He's interviewed lots and lots of famous people. His church is like thousands of people. And he's also an author. I listen to him sometimes on a Sunday. I like his style of preaching. It's positive, encouraging. There's examples. And, I like it. Okay, so we're going to read the introduction. Our words have creative power. Absolutely love the start of this book already. Our words have creative power. Whenever we speak something, either good or bad, we give life to what we are saying. Too many people say negative things about themselves, about their families, and about their futures. They say things such as, I'll never be successful. This sickness will get the best of me. Business is so slow. I don't think I'll make it. Flu season is coming. I'll probably catch it. They don't realize they are prophesying their futures. The scripture says, we will eat the fruit of our words. That means we get exactly what we're saying. Here is the key. You've got to send this one mosquito. You've got to send your words out in the direction you want your life to go. You cannot talk defeat and expect to have victory. You can't talk lack and expect to have abundance. You will produce what you say. If you want to know what you'll be like 5 years from now, just listen to what you're saying about yourself. With our words, we can either bless our futures or we can curse our futures. That's why we should never say, I'm not a good parent. I'm unattractive. I'm clumsy. I can't do anything right. I'll probably get laid off. No, those thoughts may come to your mind, but don't make the mistake of verbalizing them. The moment you speak them out, you allow them to take root. There have been plenty of times where I've thought something negative, and I'm just about to say it, but I'll catch myself and think, nope, I'll zip it up. I'm not speaking defeat into my future. I'm not speaking failure over my life. I will turn it around and speak favor into my future. I will turn it around and speak favor into my future. You hear that, people? Twice I read that. That's so powerful. What you're saying now is going to affect your life. So watch your words. This will be a great year. When you do that, you are blessing your future. I have written this book of 31 declarations so you can bless your future one day at a time, 1 month at a time. My hope is that you'll take just a moment each day to bless your future with one of these positive, inspiring, and encouraging declarations. If you read one declaration and story each day, I believe you'll put yourself in a position for God's blessing. When we're looking to renovate the former Compact Center in Houston, and that's where his church was, so it could serve as the new Lakewood Church, which is the name of his church, our architects told us the project would cost millions more than we'd originally estimated. I was shocked by the figures they gave us. After I got off the ground, I thought, that's impossible. I could never raise that much money. There is no way that will happen. The thoughts were there, but I knew better than to verbalize them. My attitude was, if I prophesy my future, I want to prophesy something good. I'm not saying what I feel. I'm not saying what it looks like in the real world. No, I am saying what God says about me. My declaration was, God is supplying all of our needs. He is Jehovah Jireh, the Lord our provider. This may seem impossible, but I know God can do the impossible. Where God gives vision, He always provides provision. I made sure to have a report of victory, and we saw this dream come to pass. Proverbs 18 verse 21 says, life and death are in the power of our tongue. What are you saying about your future? What are you saying about your family? What are you saying about your finances? Make sure the words you are sending out are in the direction you want your life to go. If you're a baseball fan, you probably know who Jose Lima was. During the 1990s, he was a star pitcher for the Houston Astros. One reason he won 21 games and was considered one of the best pitchers in the league. No, I read that wrong. Hold on. One season, he won 21 games and was considered one of the best pitchers in the league. But something interesting happened. When the Astros moved from the Astrodome to their new ballpark downtown, the fence in left field was much closer than the fence in the Astrodome. And of course, this favors the hitters. It makes it more difficult on the pitchers. The first time Jose Lima went to the new ballpark, he stood on the mound. When he looked out to left field and saw how close the fence was, the first words out of his mouth were, I'll never be able to pitch in here. The fence is way too close. Do you know he went from being a 21-game winner to being a 16-game loser? It was one of the biggest negative turnarounds in Astros history. What happened? He prophesied his future. Those negative thoughts came, and instead of ignoring them, he made the mistake of speaking them out. When you speak it out, you're giving life to your faith. As Proverbs 6 verse 2 says, we are snared by the words of our mouths. When I was a boy, there was a gentleman who owned a company that took care of our church grounds. He was a very nice man, kind and friendly, but he always had a negative report. Every time I talked to him, he told me how hard life was and how business was slow and his equipment was breaking down. He was having problems at home. One of his children was acting up and on and on. I saw him twice a week for probably 10 years. I cannot remember one time when he did not have a negative report. And I'm not making light of his situation. The point is, he was prophesying defeat. He was cursing his future. He didn't realize he was being snared by the words of his mouth. Sadly, when he was about 55 years old, he became very sick. He spent the next 2 or 3 years in and out of the hospitals. he ended up dying a very sad and lonely death. I couldn't help but think that he had been predicting this sad end his entire life, because he was always talking about how he would never make it to his retirement years. He got what he was calling in. He may be in a difficult time right now, but let me challenge you. Don't use your words to describe the situation. Use your words to change the situation. Use this book as your guide for declaring your victory each day. Declare health. Declare favor. Declare abundance. You give life to your faith by what you say. All through the day, we should go around saying, I have the favor of God. I can do all things through Christ. I am blessed. I'm strong. I'm healthy. When you do that, you just blessed your life. You just spoke favor into your future. If you get up in the morning feeling the blahs, don't ever say, this will be a lousy day. I don't want to go to work. I'm tired of dealing with these children. No. Get up and say, this is going to be a great day. I'm excited about my future. Something good is going to happen to me. You should send your words out into the direction you want your life to go. Maybe you've been through a disappointment. A relationship didn't work out. You didn't get the promotion you were hoping for. But instead of complaining by saying, well, I should have known it. I never get any good breaks. Just my luck. No. Your declaration should be, I know when one door closes, God will open up another door. What was meant for my harm, God will use for my advantage. I'm not only coming out, I will come out better off than I was before. Have a report of victory. Here's what I've learned. You believe what you say about yourself more than anybody else says. That's why on a regular basis we should say, I'm blessed, I'm healthy, I'm strong, I'm valuable, I'm talented. I have a bright future. Those words go out of your mouth and come right back into your own ears. Over time, they will create the same image on the inside. I read about a doctor in Europe who had some very sick patients. They have been treated by traditional means, but their health had not improved. So he gave them a very unusual prescription. He had them say 3 or 4 times an hour, I'm getting better and better every day in every way. Over the next few months, he had remarkable results. Many of those patients had not improved with traditional medications, but all of a sudden, they began to feel better and better. What happened? As they heard themselves saying over and over, I'm getting better, I'm improving, my health is coming back, those words began to create a new image on the inside. Before long, they started seeing themselves strong, healthy, and whole. Once you get a picture of it on the inside, then God can bring it to pass on the outside. You could see your life go to a whole new level if you just zip up the negative words and start speaking faith and victory into your future. I know people who are always tired and run down. They're constantly saying, I'm so tired. I just don't have any energy. They've talked about it so long, it's become a reality. Do you know the more we talk about something, the more we draw it in? It's as if you're feeding it. If you get up in the morning and just talk about how you feel, how you're tired, and how you won't make it, you're defeating yourself. You're digging your own hole. Don't talk about the problem. Talk about the solution. The scripture says, let the weak say, I am strong. Notice it doesn't say, let the weak talk about their weakness. Let the weak call 5 friends and discuss their weakness. Let the weak complain about their weakness. No, it says in effect, let the weak say exactly the opposite of how they feel. In other words, don't talk about the way you are. Talk about the way you want to be. If you get up in the morning feeling tired and lethargic, Instead of complaining more than ever, you need to declare, I am strong in the Lord. I am full of energy. My strength is being renewed. This will be a great day. When you do that, it will not only change how you feel, it will also change your attitude. You won't go out with a weak, defeated victim mentality. You will go out with a victor mentality, with a spring in your step, with a smile on your face, with your shoulders held back. Those words can literally help lift your spirit and cause you to see yourself and your circumstances in a whole new light. You are one of a kind. You are a masterpiece. You are a prized possession. When you wake up in the morning and look in the mirror, instead of getting depressed, instead of saying, oh man, look how old I look. Look at this gray hair. Look at these wrinkles. You need to smile and say, good morning, you beautiful thing. Good morning, you handsome thing. Good morning, you blessed, prosperous, successful, strong, talented, creative, confident, secure, disciplined, focused, highly favored child of the Most High. Of the Most High God. Get it on the inside. Speak faith over your future. Wow, a great introduction. I actually believe in power in your words and what you say. And to take it even a step further, embody that feeling as if you're already experiencing the thing that you're asking for, the thing that you're desiring, the new way that you want to be, because your brain and your body doesn't know the difference. If you want to feel joy, sit down and just like picture the feeling of how you would react when you have that joy inside you. And you can encourage yourself to feel that way. It's like acting until it becomes your reality. This is so true. You speak life, you act as if you have life and energy, and it works. I use that in my life, and let me tell you, it is working.